Blessed be, y'all. This is Jen Freemind. How to start. How to unstick yourself. In my last video, I told a little bit about where I've been at since I haven't been making videos here. I had to start by changing my environment. And that meant that I had to deal with a whole lot of papers, a whole lot of just stuff that had built up over the years. And I would start to do that and I would get sick. I think it was a combination of all the energies that stirred up and the dust and the fact that I was not eating well. And I would give up. I got tired of being sick. A friend of mine gave me some of her elixir. She has promoted me on here, Lady Grave Dancer. She gave me some of her echinacea and black currant tincture that she uses for herself, for her family and stuff like that, to keep them from getting sick. I started taking that when I started feeling sick, and it helped. And eventually I could do things. And the more I did, the better I felt. I started eating better. I was eating mostly fast food and a lot of sugar, a lot of energy drinks, that sort of thing. And the first thing I had to do was go to the grocery store. I hated going to the grocery store. So, the Brahms near me, which is a dairy store that now has some groceries in it, I found I could do Brahms. I could go in there and buy some pears and some yogurt and other things that were healthier. Notice I say healthier, not healthy, but better than what I was doing. And I went along for a while doing that, and I started feeling a little bit better. I was still eating a whole lot of fast food, but I also started at least a meal a week. I would cook something, and I had to learn how to cook things so that I could do it. I love cooking, but I was not at a place where I could stand up for half an hour to an hour to do something. So I figured out I can put a piece of meat in the toaster oven. I can put something in the pot with the steamer. And it takes me, and once I figured out how to do it, it took me about 5 minutes to do the prep. And then I can go sit down for 25-30 minutes and let it cook. And come back in 5 minutes, I've got it on a plate. And I had to get it from I knew intellectually that did not take any more time than to go to the fast food restaurant and bring it home. It took less time to prepare. And I had to get that from my head to my heart, that it would take me less time to have food on my plate if I had it there and cooked it. It is strange how we will fool ourselves like that. Oh, it's so easy. I just drive down there, go through the drive-thru, and take it home. But what did that do to you? Did you feel good after you ate it? You probably felt a euphoria as you were eating it, as the sugar and whatever other additives they have in there, took effect. But afterwards, you're like, ugh. And that's what I was. I just felt like crap most of the time. And when I started eating that other stuff, it was like, oh, this actually gives me a buzz. It's like, this is a good buzz. I feel good. And even with that, it took a while to be able to I don't know what the word is, and it's changing the pattern. It took a while to change the pattern. And once I did, things started moving because I did it more often. And I went from the regular grocery store to the organic grocery store, which at first, I went from Brahms to the regular grocery store. And something else I had to learn is nothing in a package is going to make you feel good. I bought canned vegetables and stuff, and yeah, that was better than what I was eating. And I felt a little bit better, but it wasn't the same thing as buying, some fresh green beans, cutting them up, putting them in a pot and steaming them. It was not the same thing. It did not give me the good feeling. And I had to learn that, so I did what I could. And each step was better than the previous step, but not there. I'm still not there. I still go to a fast food restaurant every once in a while, and I regret it. I have to pick very carefully what restaurants I go to. On this trip, I took my own food, because last time I felt horrible eating in the hotel restaurant. And the area where they have the gathering area, they usually have, drinks and light snacks and stuff, and most of that stuff I don't want to eat. It's not really healthy stuff. And I don't know that it's a bad reflection on them, but no, I don't see it as a bad reflection on them, but many of the people that go there, that's what they live on. I met some that they usually eat better, and they were eating the junk and feeling it. And I was glad I took a pot and a hot plate, and I cooked stuff in my room. I took a bag of clementines. I had apples. I had trail mix. I had chips and salsa that were good stuff. So I didn't have to go down to the restaurant. I was kind of afraid I was going to set off the fire alarm, which happened to go off as soon as I took my clothes off. When I first got there, and I'm changing my clothes, getting ready to go down to registration, and the fire alarm goes off. So I have to walk down 7 flights of stairs. And it's like, oh man, I'm not even dressed yet. And I didn't want that to happen again, so I like hid the pot just in case there was a heat sensor. I hid it behind the thing so that the smoke alarm thing on the wall, in case it had a heat sensor, I wasn't going to take any chances. So I think that's about all for now. I'll tell a little bit more in the next one here. I try to keep these to about 10 minutes or so, you can just pop one in and watch it and see the whole thing before you have to go do something else. So blessed be y'all. This is Jen Freemind, still at Alleran Park in Illinois near Champaign.